Have you ever played table tennis against your friend and all of a sudden you find yourself trailing 2 games to 1 and 9 points to 3, and then, by some miracle, you win the match? That feeling is priceless. Now, imagine that scenario happening at the big stage among some of the most skilled table tennis players. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that can happen. Today we will look at the 20 greatest table tennis comebacks in the last 20 years or so. We will do this list chronologically, starting with the year of 1999. At the end of the video, I will try to rank my top 3 comebacks from this list. As always, I invite you to give your opinion in the comment section on what comebacks do you consider to be the best. Let's begin. At number 1 we have Ma Lin vs Janov Waldner at the 1999 World Table Tennis Championships. So, right from the start, we have 2 giants of table tennis, Waldner and Ma Lin. Waldner won his second World Championship title in Manchester 2 years prior to their meeting at the semi-final stage of the 1999 World Championships in Eindhoven. Ma Lin at the time was a young promising star from China. Waldner played great in the first 2 games, winning them 21 points to 18 and 21 points to 14. In the third game, Waldner was up 16 points to 11 when he started making mistakes, few of them in a row. This was enough for Ma Lin to seize the opportunity and squeeze his way out of the third game 21 to 19. Winning the fourth game closely 21 to 19 again really motivated Ma Lin to play some of his best table tennis. In the fifth and deciding game, it was Ma Lin who prevailed and made a great comeback. At number 2, Ma Lin vs Janov Waldner, 2001 ITTF Grand Finals. Ma Lin vs Waldner saga does not stop in the 20th century. At the 2001 Grand Finals, Waldner was leading 10 points to 5 in the 7th and the deciding game. Yet somehow, Ma Lin managed to save all those match points and eventually win the match. By now you could argue that Ma Lin had the biggest nerves of steel on the Pro Tour. However, there is another side to the story. Stay tuned. Number 3. Ryu Seungmin vs Kim Taek-soo, 2001 World Table Tennis Championships. At the city of Osaka, way back in the year of 2001, another young Chinese player will perform a comeback. His name is Ryu Seungmin. By the end of that day, he would go on and to become a hero due to the fact that he defeated Kim Taek-soo. China and South Korea faced each other in the semi-final stage of team event. Score was tied. It was the 5th and deciding match. Ryu was down 1 game to 0 and 20 points to 19. Remember, who wins this match, his nation will go to the finals. So yeah, no pressure. Ryu managed to save 3 match points in the second game. He eventually won 24 to 22. With his powerful forehand shots, Ryu Seungmin put pressure on Kim Taek-soo in the third and deciding game. Same story. Ryu was down 20 points to 19, facing yet another match point. This match is regarded by many as one of the biggest nail-biters in table tennis history. In my opinion, even though Ryu didn't have to save consecutive match points, I would qualify this match as a comeback due to high stakes of each point. Number 4. Werner Schlager vs Wenglichin, 2003 World Table Tennis Championships. We now arrive to Paris. The year is 2003, and Werner Schlager is about to create some history. Before he won the title by defeating Jo Se-hyuk, Schlager was really close to lose in his quarter-final match against Wenglichin, who was the defending champion at the time. He was down 3 games to 2 and 10 points to 6. 2003 was a year that belonged to Werner. Quick recovery in the 6th game was all that Schlager needed to ensure his road to the final. Final score: Werner Schlager 4, Wenglichin 3. Number 5. Vladimir Samsonov vs Ma Lin, 2005 German Open. 16-year-old Ma Lin and 29-year-old Vladimir Samsonov met at the final of the 2005 German Open. By 2005, Vladimir Samsonov had already won World Cup twice, he won European Championships 3 times, and a silver medal at the World Championships in Manchester back in 1997. He was considered favorite to win against young Ma Lin. Young Dragon had other plans in his mind, as he quickly took a 2-game lead. After that, Vladi and Ma Lin exchanged the next 2 games, thus the score was 3 games to 1 for Ma Lin. Being 16 years old and to win the title on the Pro Tour is no easy thing to do. Just a quick reference to my last video, this is one of the reasons why I chose Vladimir Samsonov for clutch aspect of the game. He managed to turn the tides around, winning the next 3 games in a row, thus becoming the 2005 German Open champion. Number 6. Michael Mays vs Hao Shuai, 2005 World Table Tennis Championships. Often called the greatest comeback in table tennis history, match between Hao Shuai and Michael Mays is one of the fan favorite in the terms of clutch performance. They met each other in the quarterfinal stage of the 2005 World Table Tennis Championships in Shanghai. Michael Mays was on a good run as he defeated Wang Hao in a previous round, quite easy, 4 games to 0. Wang Hao was stunned by Michael Mays lobbing his way out of many difficult situations. Hao Shuai was told to be careful about those lobs. Match seemed to be over because Hao Shuai was leading 3 games to 0 and 9 points to 5. Then Mays started to lob out of desperation, or was it a tactical decision? We will never know. After another mistake by Mays, score was now 10 points to 7 for Hao Shuai. He had 3 match points. Those would be the last match points he would have against Michael Mays. At the last match point, Mays slipped and Hao Shuai had another big chance that he did not use. Mays recovered, winning that game and, with little emotion, next 3 games as well. He would show up emotions once the match was over. He secured a medal at the World Championships, a great thing to do. Number 7. Ma Lin vs Wang Jianyun, 2006 Chinese Cup. Again Ma Lin. How many comebacks has this guy pulled? Malin managed to save 6 consecutive match points against Wang Jianyun at the Chinese Cup. To be honest, he had a little luck when he hit the edge at 10-6, but since that point, Malin probably thought, okay, I'm back, there is a chance now. Losing the 5th game after all those match points clearly demotivated Wang Jianyun, and in the end this story can only end in one way, with Malin being victorious. Number 8. Wenglichin vs Malin 2007 World Table Tennis Championships. By this part of the video, Malin had already made 3 incredible comebacks. But at the 2007 World Table Tennis Championships in Zagreb, Malin lost in the finals against the defending champ Wenglichin. See, by 2007 Malin lost in the finals of the World Championships twice, in 1999 against Liu Guoliang and in 2005, championship prior to this one in Zagreb, he lost in the finals against none other than Wenglichin. So, 2007 was supposed to be his year to take revenge. Malin started strong, going up 3-1. In the 5th game, Malin had 7-1 lead. 4 points. 4 points were all that was separating him from his first World Championships title. And then, it happened. All of a sudden, it was 7-all. With the first game point, Wenglichin used the opportunity Malin gave to him and brought himself back to the life. 6th game was intense as well, but it was Wenglichin who dictated the tempo now. Final score, Wenglichin 4, Malin 3. I didn't talk to Malin, although I do have a picture with him, but I assume that this was the hardest defeat of his career. Number 9. Vladimir Samsonov vs Teemo Ball 2007 Champions League. The year of 2007 brought us another table tennis comeback, this time in Europe. European giants and rivals, Samsonov and Teemo Ball, faced off in the semi-finals of the Champions League. Teemo Ball had 7 consecutive match points against Vladi. Match seemed to be over. He was leading 2-1 and 10-3. Samsonov, however, wanted to entertain the crowd just a little bit more. Focused like he always is, Vladi quickly recovered and won the 4th game, and with that new momentum, won the 5th game as well. Number 10. Vladimir Samsonov vs Ma Lin 2009 World Cup. Road to the 3rd World Cup for Vladi was rough. Before he defeated Chen Qi in the finals, Samsonov had a difficult task. He needed to defeat the Dragon. 2 games each and 10-5 in the 5th game for Ma Lin wasn't enough for Vladi to give up. Few clutch points and a little bit of a luck was all that Tai Chi Master needed. He won 14-12. This would later show as the most important game due to the fact that even though Malin won the 6th game, it was Vladi who had momentum going on for him. Thriller in Moscow ended in Vladimir Samsonov's favor, winning the 7th game 11-8. Number 11. Bastian Steger vs Ryu Seungmin 2010 Grand Finals. It was the semi-final match between these two. You could say that Ryu was favored to win due to the better career overall, but Bastian Steger was a good player as well. At the score of 1 game each, Ryu was leading 10 points to 2. Blink of an eye, and there you have it. It was 10-all. Bastian played great, and it seemed like Ryu was hoping for Bastian to make a mistake. After a few more nail-biting points, Steger won the third game. Although there weren't any match points being saved, just like Samsonov didn't save any match points against Ma Lin, these matches should qualify as comebacks. Saving 8 consecutive game points is no easy task to accomplish. Bastian eventually defeated Ryu Seungmin to progress to his first ever Grand Finals final appearance. Number 12. Wenglichin vs Alexander Shibav, 2010 Champions League. Now this one is crazy, Champions League again. Fans of chopping probably know who is Wenglichin. If you don't know him, I recommend watching some of his matches on YouTube. In their 2010 Champions League encounter, Shibav started strong, winning first 2 games quite easily. Third game was no different. Shibav played aggressively, not giving Wenglichin any room for maneuver. Score was 10 points to 3. Wang hit a desperation forehand shot, which got in. After a few more points, Wang looked reborn, like it was the first game, while on the other hand, Shibav seemed nervous, allowing Wang to take the initiative. 10 points all and 1 lucky edge was the last thing Shibav needed. 11-10 and another little help from the net this time sealed the match. Even though Shibav still had 2 games to 1 lead, when playing it was Wenglichin who was now favored. Wang changed the tempo between attacking and defending, thus giving no room for improvement for Shibav. Final score: Wenglichin 3, Alexander Shibav 2. Number 13. Jike vs Jun Mizutani, 2010 World Cup. At the start of the last decade, both Ma Lin and Jike started to climb their way to the top. Jike's obstacle in the semi-finals of the 2010 World Cup was young Japanese prodigy Jun Mizutani. Mizutani started strong, winning the first 3 games. Zhang had game points in both the first and second game, but he didn't manage to capitalize on them. In the 4th game, at the score of 8-all, Mizutani managed to lob his way into the point and get close to victory. 10 points to 9 for Jike, and Jun serves illegally, thus Zhang won the 4th game. And with that momentum, 5th game as well. In the 6th game, Jun was close to victory yet again, with few great rallies that ended in his favor. He had 2 match points that he just could not convert into his first ever World Cup finals appearance. Jike's clutch gene was to be seen in this match. Clearly demotivated, Jun didn't put much resistance in the 7th and deciding game, while on the other side of the table Zhang played without mistake. This clutch match put Jike on the elite pedestal. Number 14. Marcos Freitas vs Paxinhoc, 2013 World Table Tennis Championships. By the year of 2013, Marcos Freitas was known as one of the better players in Europe. His opponent in the 2nd round of the 2013 championships in Paris was Paxinhoc from North Korea, a relatively unknown left-handed looper. Marcos started playing well, giving himself a 8-6 lead in the first game. 5 straight points won by Paxinhoc really shook Marcos, who could not recover himself for the next 30 minutes or so, losing both the 2nd and the 3rd game as well. Marcos had woken up by the fourth game, and after intense and really great rallies and few more games, the score was now 3 games all. 3 games each and 4 points all, and that is where Paxinhoc's momentum stops. Marcos manages to win the 7th game and to progress to the 3rd round. Number 15, Kalinickos Kriyanga vs Kim Min Seok, 2013 World Table Tennis Championships. At the same World Championships, at the 2nd round as well, there was another comeback ready to be created. Kriyanga played Kim Min Seok in the 2nd round. He was 20 years older than Kim Min Seok. He was 41 while Kim was 21. They exchanged first 2 games each, before Kim managed to win 3rd and 4th game consecutively. Kriyanga looked like he was not ready to give up, as he won the 5th game. In the 6th game, Kim Min Seok was up 10 points to 6, having 4 match points. Surviving those match points gave Kriyanga all the power he needed to end the match in the deciding game, proving that when it comes to table tennis, age is just a number. At number 16 we have Shushing vs Jun Mizutani, 2016 Kuwait Open. Okay, so this one is a little bit of a comeback roller coaster, if you will. First, Jun lost the 3rd game after being up 10 points to 8. Then, Shushing didn't manage to defeat Jun Mizutani when he was up 3 games to 2 and 9 points to 7. But none of those can compare with what would happen in the 7th and deciding game. Mizutani was on fire, he started strong, winning first 4 points. And after a few more outstanding rallies, he found himself leading 10 points to 4 in a decider against one of the best, the Cloud Walker himself. Now I'm not quite sure how this happened, but Shushing stayed cool and played those final points 100% accurate, while Jun Mizutani made few errors. Combine that and you get one of the biggest comebacks. Number 17, Shushing vs Lin Gaoyan, 2017 World Table Tennis Championships. If you didn't have enough of Shushing's clutch plays, I have good news for you. He will be mentioned 2 more times in this video. One time here, at the round of 16, where Shushing and Liu Guliang played one heck of a match. Long rallies, many highlights and a 7-game decider. In the last game, Lin Gaoyan found himself 1 point away from the quarterfinals, on 5 different occasions. He was up 10 points to 5, but as you saw what happened against Jun Mizutani, Shushing would perform again. Cloud Walker was clutch and lucky, while the Dark Knight wasn't. Number 18, Teemo Ball vs Lin Gaoyan, 2017 World Cup. Lin Gaoyan's tragic mentioning in this video does not end with 2017 and Shushing. Teemo Ball and Lin Gaoyan faced each other off in the quarterfinals match of the 2018 World Cup. In the 4th game, with a lucky net shot, Lin Gaoyan was 1 game away from the semifinals. He was leading 3 games to 1. In a close 5th and 6th game, Teemo survived, thus the match was going to be decided in the 7th game. Dark Knight started strong, galloping to a 10-4 lead. See, this is one of the reasons why Teemo ball is beloved by the fans. Adding to a sportsmanship approach to the game, Teemo always had that never give up mentality. That day at the World Cup, that mentality would pay off. Teemo saved 7 consecutive match points and another one in the tiebreak before winning the match in one of his best performances ever. Now at the number 19 we have Shushing vs Tomokazu Harimoto, 2019 Grand Finals. Third time's a charm for the Cloudwalker. At the 2019 Grand Finals he met the young prodigy Harimoto in the quarterfinals. Shushing clearly likes playing against Tomokazu Harimoto as he has a positive head-to-head score of 8-0. Harimoto's big shot to snap that streak was at the Grand Finals. He was up 3 games to 2 and 9 points to 6, with the first match point at 10 points to 9. Losing the 6th game did not distract Harimoto, as he continued to play aggressively in the decider, eventually going up for 10 points to 8. 2 match points, but Shushing pulled a crazy shot. Tides were overturned and it was time for Shushing to close the match, which he did. And last but not the least, at number 20 we have Jang vs Tomokazu Harimoto at the 2020 Grand Finals. Now it seems like I'm bashing on Harimoto, but really I'm not. In fact, I'm a big fan of his game. But this is how it happened. A year after allowing Shushing to recover at the 2019 Grand Finals, something similar happened at the 2020 Grand Finals as well. In their round of 16 matchup, Harimoto took a 3-1 lead before Jang turned the tides around. Harimoto had 2 match points, which he did not manage to use. After winning the 5th game, it was relatively easy for Jang to win the next 2 games and to advance to the quarterfinals. There you have it, people. These were some of the greatest table tennis comebacks in the past 20 years, chronologically ordered. Now, if I had to pick, let's say, 3 of these matches as my favorites, my list would look like this. At number 3, Wenglichin vs Malin at the 2007 World Championships in Zagreb. At number 2, Michael Mays vs Hao Shuai at the 2005 World Championships in Shanghai. And, in my opinion, the most interesting comeback in the recent table tennis history, Teemo ball vs Lin Gaoyan at the 2017 World Cup. Now, I invite you to the comment section where you can leave your opinion on your favorite comebacks throughout table tennis history. I would like to thank all of you who are watching my videos. If you like my content, feel free to leave a like and to subscribe to my channel. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, see you soon with more videos to come.